You all are welcome on Kashmir Live. As the dates for UGC NET exams have been declared, a lot of confusion has been seen in students. Students are confused about the preparations of exam and a lot other stuff. So in today's session, we have with us Irfan Rashid, who have qualified NET 5 times in consecutive 4 years. And also he's qualified twice for JRF. Currently, he's working as a public relation officer in Grid Controller of India, Ministry of Power. He's also a governing body member of Public Relations Society of India. Irfan Rashid, you're welcome on Kashmir Live.
Thank you, Malia. Thank you so much.
So, first things first, I'll begin with the first question. Are only the students who have qualified their masters eligible, or also the students who are still pursuing their masters?
For UGC NET, minimum qualification is the master's degree. But even the students who are in the masters, they can also give examination provided there's a certain minimum period before which they have to submit their qualification, whether there is passing marks or the degree certificates. So if I talk about myself, I also gave my first attempt when I was in the first semester of my master's only. So it does help you in formulating the strategy to know that how the questions are given by the UGC. So it helps you overall. It doesn't need like you will qualify it in the first go in your first semester, but it helps you to understand the pattern, the syllabus, and how your strategy has to be for the examination.
So, yeah, as you talked about the strategy, I would love to know more about it. What are the strategies that students should follow while preparing for UGC NET?
See, there's no one particular strategy. Like if we talk about the strategies, it differs from person to person. When I started giving the attempt from the university times. As you introduced me as a person who qualified UGC NET 5 consecutive times. But if I define myself, I am also the person who failed 5 consecutive times. So that is very important thing that when you start preparing for such examinations, you should not get bothered down that you are getting failed consecutively. No, these exams test your patience, your determination. It tests you from A to Z. So you have to be there. You have to put all your efforts in getting succeed. There will be like obstacles in the way because it is something where around lakhs of students, around 8 lakh students sit for this examination, and in the end hardly like top 15% qualify for it. And then again JRF is a very big thing. And so if I talk about the strategies differ. I will elaborate about the particular strategies in the upcoming questions, but there is no one strategy which a person can follow. It differs from one person to another person.
There's this mock test papers. Are these really helpful for exams like this?
When you talking about the mock test series, so I would like to elaborate on this thing. Since I was not preparing only for UGC NET exam, I was also preparing for the UPSC mains civils exam. So that time I was staying in Karol Bagh area of Delhi, which is a famous hub for civil services. So I think solving the mock tests it is more helpful than joining coaching classes. When we are spending lakhs of money on coaching classes, what I found out is that just spending few thousand of rupees, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 rupees to get all the previous year question papers and then solve them, that is more beneficial, more helpful than getting registered in some coaching academy and spending 2 or 3 lakh rupees. So for me, solving the mock tests and solving even more than solving the mock tests, what is more important is to go through the previous year question papers. Just pick up the last 10-year question papers, see what kind of questions they have asked, because they will not ask some questions from sky or under earth, topics which have been discussed in those questions in the last 10 years. So what you have to do, you have to very detailedly analyze those questions. What topics they are asking? Are they asking you from environment? Are they asking you from communication? Are they asking you about the verbal, non-verbal, computer? Which part of the topic they are asking you? Just analyze this and you will definitely get to know your own strategy about this.
So this was about the preparation part. Are there any tips that students should have in mind while they are solving the papers to minimize the errors?
Yes, definitely. I have seen people with me who were, I would say, more brilliant in academics than me. but they couldn't qualify UGC net even once. And on the other side, I qualified it 5 times. And I think the reason was in the approach. When you're in the examination hall, due to lack of time or due to minimum time, like restricted time, you're always in a hurry to solve as many questions as possible. But it should not be like that. It should be like very timely. You have to take the decisions which questions you have to skip and which questions you have to attempt, because you don't have all much of time to study all the questions and then attempt every all the
Yeah.
questions. So what you can do, you can very wisely select very good questions. For example, if you talk about the paper one, in paper one you start with the English passages and comprehensions.
Yeah.
So sometimes if you feel that the comprehension is very long and it is taking a lot of time, skip it for a moment. Come back in the end. If you have time left in the end, then you can come back and solve this. If you don't have the time, you can spend that much of time on the smaller questions. Like if you talk about the mathematics or reasoning, there are questions which hardly take 10 seconds or 20 seconds to qualify to answer. So spend the time on those questions, then come back on these big questions. Similarly, in mass communication, like you have big questions, you have small questions. Use first solo those questions which are very easy. There's one strategy for this, I would say. In the first go, solve the easiest questions which you are sure about. In the second go, solve those questions where you can strike down two options and you are left with 50-50 option.
Yeah.
Solve those questions. Then if you are left any time, then you can come in the third round and give the last hit and trial method you can
Yeah.
use in the last.
There's no negative marking in the exam, right?
No, there is no negative marking.
Okay, so that's we can say a plus point for students that they can do that hit and trial method.
Yes, provided they use minimum time in the first and second round, because most of the time is they use all the 99% of the time in that in that round only, so they're left with no time at the end.
So yeah, we can say there also we have to follow that technique we have been telling like since childhood, that do not waste time on questions that you're not sure about.
Exactly, that is the key. People have to understand, students have to understand that what they do, they spend a lot of time in as if like you will come to know the answer in the examination hall only. It doesn't work like that. Either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. If you know the answer, you can mark it in 5 seconds. If you don't know the answer, why you are spending 2 minutes 3 minutes on a particular question? Skip it. Come back to this question if you have any time left at the end of the paper.
Okay, so now if we talk specifically about journalism, in which you have your specialization, I would like you to recommend some books for the students that can help them in preparing.
Yeah, definitely. Like before recommending any particular book, I would like to state like this. I remember from 2018 when I started qualifying, like 2018, 19, 20, 21, like I started qualifying net, and every student asking the same question that please tell me what are the books that you want to study that I can study and qualify. If it would have been about the books, then I think most of the people would have already qualified it. So it
Yeah.
is not about the books, that which books you have to read. No, it is always about the approach. So the kind of approach I can divide it in two ways. One is the mental approach, psychological approach, and then one is the academic approach. In the mental or the psychological approach, you have to be very confident about what you're doing in life. So for that, you have to visualize every day what you are reading. You have to revise them. You have to revise that every night before you go to sleep. And you have to be very confident about what you're reading, what you're revising. You have to always think about that. You have to always, you have to be practically immerse yourself in what you're studying. Most of the time, students, they just go through the notes, go through the books, but they don't understand what this theory is all about.
Yeah.
This is the psychological aspect. Then the academic aspect is that start, open your syllabus, page number one, go to the topic number one, and encircle the topic number one. For example, your topic number one is mass communication theories. You can go, you have the two ways now. One is go to a particular book, ABCD, then make your own notes on that book. Also, you have the second option, go to the Google, go to your laptop, and make a short, crisp note about this. What I did, I just went through all the syllabus, all the keywords given in the syllabus, made my own notes from Google, from books, from every kind of source. Like and summarized every topic in 100 words. When you do that, the whole syllabus, it comes in, I think, 10 or 15 pages total in a summary. Then you have to revise those pages every day, like in the morning and in the night, just twice. Instead, what people do, they go on reading books and books and books, and they don't remember anything. The key to solving the key to success in such competitive examinations where 10 lakh students sit, the key is you have to read less and revise more, not read more and revise less. Still, if some students like ask for the books, mass communication in India by Keval J. Kumar, this book is divided in 5 sections, and I think all the 5 sections are really important because it talks about like television, cinema, advertisements, public relations, folk media, group media, and a lot of other things. Then the second book which I would like to talk upon is Mass Media and Research, an introduction by Roger Wimmer and Joseph Dominic. So this book also delivers a comprehensive overview of mass communication research and a thorough exploration of each major approach, like qualitative research, content analysis, survey research. Nowadays, like I'm seeing a different trend in the questions. Like when you talk about the mass communication questions, they ask very detailed questions about the research, about the like they will ask you directly about the longitudinal research, experimental research, giving you different options. So it is very confusing sometimes. Then another book which I can recommend is Mass Communication Theory, Foundations, Ferment and Future by Stanley Barron and Dennis Davis. So this book provides a complete history of mass communication theory to the present with thorough and effective coverage of both social science and cultural theory. Nowadays, UGC, NTA, they are asking a lot of questions about the cultural theories. Then one more book is there, which is famous among the students, is Introduction to Communication Studies by John Fiske. They can go through this. Then one more book is Development Communication Theory and Practice. One more book is Advertising by Dr. Ruchi Gupta. Particularly, a student should have a dictionary of media and mass communication. I think it is very important. Like whenever you are like, there is any confusion, you can go through this mass communication dictionary and understand. But if I have to summarize all these books, I would again come to my earlier point, which is go through the syllabus, make topic, 100 words topic, 100 words notes on each topic, read less, revise more. That is
Okay, so it was about journalism. What are the other sections in papers like that are general to all?
in paper one is common for all like these subjects. So paper 2 is like your own specialization, be it your journalism, political science, sociology, or whatever. So if you talk about the paper 1, which is common for all the like people, so there are different sections, like general awareness section is there, then reasoning section is there, computer section is there, comprehension is there, polity, different questions are there. So
Okay, so
if
it's
you want
basically
to,
general knowledge. It's not just books.
yes, exactly. So again, like I can summarize first, like in 10 seconds, if it is like you have to be good at everything. You have to be good at GK. You have to be good at computers. You have to be good in reasoning. You have to be good in political science. You have to be good in social science, in everything. So, but if you talk about the books again, because in students they do ask that,
Yeah.
sir, please tell me the books. So, though that is not my approach, I won't recommend that. But still, if I have to name a couple of books, I would start with General Awareness book by Arihant Publications. Then second book is Manorama Yearbook. For reasoning, I would suggest S. Chand publication for verbal and non-verbal reasoning. For computer literacy, I would recommend Arihant publications by Mini Goel and Shweta Rani. For numerical and arithmetic ability, I would recommend R.S. Agrawal. And most importantly, for English comprehension, it is my favorite, Ren and Martin, which we all have read in our high school. So books are very basic, but again, it is up to you that how you use the research, how you search on the Google. I'm sure that most of our students they are in the Google all the time, but we use it for some different reasons. Like we don't use it exactly that how you can get maximum out of this Google for your examination benefit.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being Kashmir Life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here.